All right, let's do it.
No, we're out of time.
So Marvel's really good at taking a whole bunch of different, not timelines, like streams, and making them come together, right?
Like,
right?
They're pretty good.
They've been good,
Everyone
right?
had a lot of complaints
like a
about
multiverse
Spider-Man.
type deal, or as
Yeah, but that didn't-
like
Spider-Man
Well, the timeline of
They're
how
good.
it didn't fit. It was like 8 years after. the
Alright,
Avengers.
generally the
I don't know.
consensus is...
Generally, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so we saw that. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for The Defenders
Oh yeah.
of Manhattan or whatever. They're supposed to be the Defenders of
Wait,
New York City.
Is that like the Netflix?
The Netflix one.
That's the
Yeah.
Netflix
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Everyone's you seen the trailers though?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or at least you got Sigourney Weaver and stuff like that in it. So the general
That
consensus
makes
from you
sense.
guys, I'm pretty sure, is you've got Jessica Jones and Daredevil were really good, and then Luke Cage and Iron Fist were not so good. Is that right?
Yeah.
I haven't
That's
seen
something
the
that
Iron Fist and
I've been told not
Luke
to watch
Cage.
them by one of
Yeah,
you.
exactly. I've been
watched
told
it. I got
not
4
to.
episodes through Luke Cage.
Luke Cage has some good stuff in it. I just think it's a bit boring and drags, I think.
Well, I thought the first 2 were a bit like that too. I think they're all 13 episodes and they're all hour-long episodes. And I feel
Some of them were 2 seasons though, weren't they? Like,
yeah, but
Jessica
that's
Jones
like
was 2
I think
seasons.
every season of that show should have had 10 episodes instead of 13. Like,
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
the sort of thing you should edit down.
Yeah, so
Because
okay.
honestly,
Jessica Jones apps. I mean, I thought Jessica Jones. I was like, this is perfect up till about episode like 9,
Nine
and
or
everyone
something
agrees
like
with
that,
that
yeah.
because like it should have peaked, and then
Yeah,
they
it
kind of
almost did peak, and then
it was like that should have been the end, and then
then
they kind of just like dragged it out of the last 4 episodes. Sorry, what's your topic? Sorry.
Well, I want to keep talking about that.
So we've got
Overruled.
this stuff that people love and this stuff that people are like about. I just wonder
Yeah.
how you think they're going to go about making it all work together.
I think it'll
So
be a lot better.
If that'll
actually.
make it better.
I agree that it'll be a lot better, but like we still not be happy with how Luke Cage and Iron Fist are.
Well, I only saw the first episode
I
of
guess we
Iron
gotta see
Fist.
it,
I
but-
can't really talk.
It's
I can't
hard
really
to
attest to
comment, yeah.
that.
I've
on
only
Iron
seen the
Fist.
first one as
I
well.
only saw the first episode of Iron Fist, but the consensus seems to be that it's pretty bad, and I will say I did not really enjoy that first episode.
I thought it was terribly written.
I thought
The
it was
character
really
was so bad.
Well, just looking
yeah.
at the trailers, he didn't look like an Iron Fist to me. He was.
But he was supposed
It
to be
was
like
just
this
a-
warrior monk thing who spent
Exactly.
like 15 years learning how to meditate, and he comes back and he's having like these fits. He's like arguing.
There was a
with
lot of
people
weird
and-
like melodrama.
Sorry, you were
and, like,
super Iron
Yeah,
Fist
absolutely.
guy?
I am actually.
Oh, well, you know what you're
No,
talking
it
about.
was just bad.
It was just tonally weird.
It was so tonally weird.
and there was a lot of like weird melodrama.
Yeah.
And he was weird, and he was having like weird interactions, like with the hobo guy.
Yeah, it's so
It was
weird.
like I get what you're like trying to. I was like, it seemed like kind of obvious what they were trying to do, and it just didn't work or something. It was like they were trying to give him a
Was
friend.
it the
or-
same
I don't
people
know.
I
sort
don't
of
know what it
writing
was.
all of them, or was it all a different?
Yeah, see, it seemed kind of
different
lost.
I feel
writers.
it's different
Because if they come
people.
together and then you have the wrong sort of
Yeah.
people writing, like I mean, it's only going to ever be as good as its writing.
I have
You know,
very high
comedians and
hopes for them
movies.
all
This
being
week is
It's
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
at stand up, but they have lines or they have a little bit of leeway. Like
Yeah.
they might not be as funny in a movie because the movie has.
I think the
ratings and-
banter, even when they're
Yeah.
being serious, it'll be kind of funny. I think it'll work really well with the 4 of them. My biggest issue with it, because I think it'll be actually really good, is what you keep saying about them all having
Oh.
similar powers.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to bring
Yeah,
up.
that
Is
was-
that's again going back to what I
Except
said
for
with
Daredevil.
Avengers 2 is Joss
Yeah.
Whedon's like, he was like, oh, all the heroes are quite punchy. Like, you got Cap, you got Thor, you got Hulk. And so that's why he wanted to introduce a speedster and Scarlet Witch, who's
Yeah.
like, what her,
Well,
her vague powers.
Speedster is still punchy, just faster.
Well,
Yeah, but
there's
it's,
a whole
but
different
it's,
dynamic.
it's
Yeah.
like visually sort of cool,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
I'm sad they killed him off, because I would have just liked to see a speedster in that team, in that roster.
Defenders
Always
is
makes
kind
me
of
good.
different because you got the guy with the tough skin and then the guy who can like punch everything. It's like the
But that's what I mean,
unstoppable
Daredevil's
force.
like,
But then
Daredevil,
it's Jessica
like
Jones.
there is that trailer, everyone's like, oh, look at that shot, like of them all, and I'm like,
In
yeah,
the-
but it's
in
like
the
Daredevil's
hallway.
like, and then Jessica Jones is like, and then Iron Fist, Luke Cage is like, and then Iron Fist is like, with his Iron Fist, like, and I'm like,
And have you watched that
Well,
trailer?
they are low scale like superheroes, right? They're just looking after
well,
a
that's
little
the
bit of
funny
no
thing, it's like
excuse.
Jessica Jones can like stop a bus, I'm like, she could beat up Cap, and Luke Cage is like, pretty much indestructible.
Yeah, but as in they,
and I'm
they
not seeing
don't
Iron
want
Fist,
to.
but I
They
get
don't
the
want to
feeling
be on
that
that
his
level.
fist.
No, I think that's
It's
half
really
the reason why
strong.
Yeah.
Netflix sort
then-
of got like
yeah.
they haven't probably won't see them in other movies. I mean,
And then-
I didn't mind Ben
they've just
Affleck's
held
Daredevil,
on to
but this Netflix series would probably do a lot more for him.
Well, Daredevil,
The
Daredevil's
Kingpin,
awesome
I love the
series.
new Kingpin.
Kingpin's
Oh, Vincent D'Onofrio.
What? The villain is
Man,
great.
I would watch a season
He's
of him.
I see him all the time on Law and Order, and I saw him as the
Kingpin.
Kingpin, and I was just
Yeah.
like, nah.
Yeah, that was.
And then the second he opened his mouth as Mr. Tough Guy, I was
fuck yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah, like,
That's the one
He
thing
would have
they
done
are
good in
allowed
a
to do.
movie.
And
I
Killian
feel-
as well, the David Tennant's
oh
character.
shit, yeah, he's a great.
He's
villain.
great.
Jessica Jones might be my favorite out of this.
I think just the villains in...
But Daredevil is very good. And the Punisher's like really cool as well.
I like the way they handled Elektra
yeah.
in the hand, but then
Elektra
for low scale,
Elektra, she's so good.
for low scale heroes, like the villains and stuff, they're facing like a worldwide organization of
they're
quite
assassins and
yeah.
voodoo.
Well, I mean, that's
they do have time to flesh these out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Defenders has
call them
me
low key and then have that sort of thing that also Thor and stuff would be looking after. It'd be
they're more like
inconsistent.
cosmic.
Yeah.
Defenders, I mean, I've not really liked the trailers I've seen, so I'm a bit worried, but I'll hold judgment. Whether or not I'll try and get through Iron Fist before Defenders comes out, I kind of want to. I just don't know if I will.
What's the villain counterpart?
We have to get drunk.
Sigourney Weaver, that's exciting alone, is the fact that
Sigourney
Sigourney Weaver
Weaver's
is a
cool.
villain. She's awesome.
She's like, this is her first foray into Marvel, I think.
But is
She's
that
the
like
queen of
adding
sci-fi.
credibility
That's
to it,
awesome.
or is that just is that her like getting a big name to add some more credibility to it, or is that like a genuine?
We'll have to see about that.
Because she could have come in on any movie and in any role, like a name like that.
Yeah,
A bit of both, I reckon. A bit of both, I think. They probably had a good villain, and they're probably like, they probably did want a name. So I think it probably came together quite well.
Well,
I mean,
knows.
I get what you're saying. Like, it is like a big name, but it's not really much of a downside. I don't
I'm
think.
excited for it.
Yeah, I'll see. I might.
I'm very hopeful.
With TV shows, I
guess-
always try and watch 3 episodes to get a good idea of it before I kind of
But there's so
pan
long.
it. But they are really long. And
Well, you should talk to a man that cancelled a certain 14 episode TV series.
Yeah, he's talking about Firefly. We'll never let this go.
Never.
You got a
Let it
movie
go.
out of that though. Don't complain.
Yeah, but it could have been like 5
If only they had
seasons.
Kickstarter. If only they had like.
But then would you
If only
love
they
it
had
as
like
much, though?
Kickstarter back.
Oh,
It wouldn't have the following.
It's
that
Josh
it-
When they
Whedon.
should
Like
come
even if he
I
fucked
think
it up,
it
it'd be
would've
better
done
than a
it,
lot of other stuff you'd see now.
Yeah.
What,
But I feel like
Firefly?
more
Yeah.
the reason that people
Firefly
are so
stood the test of time. Yeah.
people are so animated about that though because it didn't make it to like the second season, third season.
Yeah.
So if
There
you
is
had,
a part of that.
yeah.
If,
So like
if it had gone on, it probably would not be.
It's like
nearly as
Faulty
big as it
Towers.
was.
Yeah.
You leave people wanting more. I mean, you cancel
Yeah.
like at
Well,
your
that's
peak.
like
Which is
that's
what-
British TV.
or
It's
just
like it's
before.
quality over quantity. They
Yeah.
do 2 seasons and a Christmas special, and that's it. Whereas like American shows, they do like 10 seasons, and it's not funny after the 5th season. Like
Oh, the third.
like Scrubs
Bang
or The
Theory.
Office.
Actually, I'm with you on Scrubs. Everyone will sit there and bang on about it, but I've
not
you know,
seen The
there's-
Office. Sorry,
There's funny bits and pieces, but I haven't ever been able to sit there and watch.
Scrubs.
Yeah, like
Scrubs
I
is
don't
good
like
up till
find
about
it-
season.
I don't find it
6 or
hilarious like as most other people do. I sit there, that's pretty funny. But if they sit there
Yeah.
and drill it
Mostly
into me, I'll
Scrubs.
tell them where to put
I
it.
think it's like easy to
And-
watch, if that makes sense. Like it's just a kind of lighthearted fun.
Yeah,
like, I don't think, it doesn't
and
really
the
challenge
Office,
you.
like I see all the reaction gifs, all the the quotes and stuff. And I'm like, hey, that sounds funny. And then I've watched like a season and a half of it, and it
wasn't as good as those
Yeah,
10-second gifs. Yeah.
and I wouldn't even put it in the category that I have like Borat and stuff because like Borat originally I watched it and thought it was disgusting. I couldn't, I'm just like, no, Borat's fucked. And then I'd go and talk to other people about
Agreed.
it, and then I'd find I was laughing with them at shit that happened in the movie
It's
that
like
I did.
Spaceballs.
But you didn't like
it's
it
not
overall.
as funny to watch as it is to talk about.
Yeah,
Family Guy,
exactly.
I find Family Guy like that. I like watch. I'm like, this sucks.
Oh, no,
but then it's like
Yeah.
if
I love
someone
Family Guy.
references it, I'm like,
Oh, man.
I'm like,
Yeah, like South
doing
Park.
like-
I've seen like 4
like-
episodes of South Park, and I'm
like-
like, it's such a dumb show. But every time someone mentions something I've seen, I'm like, oh yeah, that was amazing.
No,
I'm like,
South Park. I'm like in it. I'm like, I love it. But
I haven't
But,
seen
like,
much of it. I don't
even
know.
with Family, like me and my friend, we were just that ostrich show. It's like, haha. We would do that all the
Oh,
time. I'm
in
like,
the audience.
it's not funny. It's not, but I'm laughing.
Well, like every episode or two, like Peter falls over and he sits there holding his knee.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. Like I don't even find
I
that.
sit there like
ironically,
it's not funny anymore, and then like something it'll happen again the next episode, and it'll be it's the same reaction. Like it'll always laugh like it's this thing again.
I
Okay.
find that hilarious because
Shut
it's
up.
awkward. I
Stop
love
it.
scenes even in movies where it just drags out that
God.
second too long. I'm just like, that's fucking genius.
30 seconds too long. Yeah.
That's why I had to stop watching Family Guy. I was like, I can't do it.
No, I love it.
They
I've
just-
seen every
They
season
just
today.
draw out.
Oh, except for the
like,
last
they
one.
just draw out those jokes. Oh,
And those
God.
chicken fights that go for
Yeah.
like 5 minutes. The
And then the
chicken
one that
fights.
they just
Oh,
reverse
there's-
it.
I don't think there's any context in that at all.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna reel it back.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. All good.
Alright, what are we talking about again? Oh, Defenders.
we were talking
There was
about
one part in that trailer that I do like, which is because in the Luke Cage trailer, it has a guy going to punch Luke Cage and his wrist breaks.
Yeah.
Whereas I like the flip of that Iron Fist punches Luke Cage, and Luke Cage's whole jewels like, and he's like, "What the fuck? Who the hell are you?" Like, it's like
That's
the
a cool
switch.
scene,
I'm
yeah.
Iron Fist.
I just thought it was a cool like visual.
The
But-
weird thing about the
I'll see how
Defenders
it
trailer
goes.
is when they're all coming down that hallway. You mentioned that scene before, and there's like they're like jumping over each other, hitting people. It was like I watched that like 4 times because like, is that a good scene? And it's kind of not because
It's
like
kind of cramped, right?
one of
And,
them like punches
weird.
someone and then like step out of the way, and then like. If you just focus one hero at a time, you can see
yeah.
Luke
they just-
Iron Fist. Sorry,
yeah.
you can see him like he does this, and then he jumps over someone to land one punch, and it's like you got to watch that scene real quick for it to be cool. If you watch it slowly, it's just like there's no choreography.
I'll have to have a look at it.
Oh,
I think
I was gonna
yeah.
say I don't sit there and watch stuff at half speed.
No, I
but,
watched
like,
it 4
I
times.
would have been.
I was like,
I
this
would
is
have been
so
with all the
weird.
guys that would have gone frame by frame through like the Star Wars Rebels season trailers and stuff like that, trying to find
little
either
bits
the
of
Easter
information.
eggs or just something else to keep us going. It's like episode 8 we had that one trailer, and I'm hanging out for the next one.
We're not all up to date with Rebels.
I've not
Oh.
even watched Clone Wars.
Dude.
Shout out to
Didn't even know what you're
animated
talking about there.
cartoons.
Wow.
Sorry, man, they're great. I know.
I tried watching the first one and I was like, I mean,
It's-
the reason
The animation style is definitely wonky for Clone Wars, but you get used
Well,
to
I heard it
and
gets
it's-
better. Well,
yeah.
that was honestly what you just said. That's like the main reason. Like I've heard good things and I've watched things like praising it. I can't. I'm kind of. I do animation myself, and like looking at that, I'm just like, I don't like the.
Yeah,
I just don't
it's
like the
very-
look of it. It could have the greatest story. I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's so like edgy.
Yeah,
and,
but-
square. Oh, and it's square and like I don't know. Just it's.
Well, as
It's
like a
kinda
mega
weird.
fanboy, they started off on like spare change out of George
So I've
Lucas's
heard,
pocket.
yeah. I've heard it gets better. Yeah.
Like it was all self-funded until a point where it got picked up, and even now with Rebels, with Disney behind it, they still have a fairly strict budget. Like every time they want to put Vader in a episode or something, like animating his cape alone takes up like X amount of the budget, so they have to try and keep it, like above head, helmet scenes or.
You've told me about this. Yeah.
Like they like
It
they
does
try
sound
their
fascinating
hardest.
a little bit. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they really do like.
I've seen all the Rebels.
They
I'm
love
up to date
Star
with that.
Wars.
It's pretty good.
And they take things that weren't good at, say, in the prequels and try and make them better. Like Anakin's like one of the best characters or something. Like,
Yeah, well,
arguably.
he's pretty
Like,
cool.
but
it ended
he's
up
like-
being
you
cancelled
him
at like
as a-
season 5, and they ended season 4 or 5, and they released a bit of extra stuff. Like it doesn't complete that full transition from Jedi to Moody,
Yeah.
where you could see that turn happening.
But at least you see
But
him
you,
and
you do
Obi-Wan
see
as,
both
as
sides.
friends.
Like he starts. Oh yeah,
It's a
Yeah.
lot of Ahsoka Tano as well.
yeah, but
Are we
that's
talking about Clone Wars or
supposed
Rebels?
that's supposed to sort of a tribute to his character. Like
yeah. Anyway, we could probably talk.
Yeah.
I have to watch it before we talk about it. Any last thoughts on Defenders? I mean, I'm gonna check it out. Absolutely.
I'm excited for it, actually, yeah.
I'll
I
probably
had-
end
yeah,
up
I'm
watching
still
it.
excited
I'll
for
probably
it.
end up watching
Yeah.
it.
I'm going to
But
try
it'll
and
be-
sit through the Iron Fist and Luke
I'm
Cage.
gonna do the Clockwork
Just so that we've
Orange
got
thing.
everything.
That's how I want to do stuff. I just want to binge stuff now. I can't be bothered doing
Yeah.
like an episode
Well-
here or there. It's like I've got a day off, just watch the whole thing.
I've
But
always.
it's hard to do that as well.
Well, it is hard when a
So,
show's an
No,
hour.
half
I've
hour
always
before
waited
bed,
till the
yeah.
season's done and then binge watch it, regardless of whether I obtained it, legally or
you didn't do that
illegally.
with Rebels.
No.
You do everything.
No, with Rebels, I was there every week, but and then I was in on all the, not the forums or whatever, but it was always discussion. It was always something happening. You had to be part of it.
Rebels is something I'd want to watch like every morning with my breakfast. I feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
Like, watching, like, cheese
Yeah.
TV or something, like eating my
It
Cocoa
starts
Pop.
off
Holy shit.
Rebels, yeah. Cheese
Let him
TV.
tell you how adult it is. Go,
Oh,
quick,
it's
go.
no, like it starts off as any other TV show, then it gets dark. Like we're using like luring dead people, like using dead people and voodoo magic. Oh, not voodoo, it's the Force.
The
you know,
Force.
fucking-
Yeah, we know what the
like-
Force is.
They call it voodoo in Rebels. Yeah. No.
No,
Do they?
no, but they're using dead people as
Geez, sorry.
corpses as bait. Partly reanimated. Like it's pretty fun.
With the Force, like a
Yeah, like,
a
it
Force
explores-
marionette.
like blood bending in Avatar.
Oh yeah, like it explores all sorts of bits and pieces because
I'd
fucking-
say it's as
that's
dark
Nickelodeon.
as Avatar, yeah.
yeah,
Blood
it-
bending. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's Star Wars is like the one franchise that like I love Star Wars, but it's like I never really went deeper than the films. Even though I think the universe is so much better than the actual films.
I read
like
100 of the books.
Oh,
like
when I was a
everything
kid.
else, I was like I couldn't get enough. Of it.
There's-
Like Mass Effect, I read like books on it,
Mass
and it's
Effect.
like Assassin's Creed,
Yes.
I love, and Halo's got heaps of books, and Lord of the Rings, like I've read like other things like that. I read stuff online, but it's like Star Wars, I never really went deeper.
No, but the problem with the Star Wars original extended universe is they sort of let anyone have free reign in it,
That's pretty.
and it got to a point where
Well, that's when JJ
Well, now
Abrams
they
was
cut
like,
it out,
"Look,
though.
God,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Disney came and put the axe, which thank God, because we were at a point where Luke had a son, which was Luke with 2 U's, who then had a son, which was like Luke with 3 U's, or clones or something.
This sounds very similar to like Super Saiyan.
It was god awful,
kind of
and then
stuff.
and then Palpatine was like the recurring antagonist because he'd clone himself and then train himself again.
So it's repetitive.
Like it was just stupid.
Luke.
Like George Lucas, who had all the imagination, and then people with no anything, just trying
There
to
was
relive.
thousands of books, and most of them are out of print now. They're just
And like there was
50
Skippy,
years
the
of history.
Force-sensitive droid.
Yeah,
Like in the
it's
first movie, that R4 or R2 unit that blows up when Owen goes to buy it, and then they end up getting R2. He got midichlorians in his oil, so he was force sensitive, and he saw the future and knew that they'd need R2, so he blew up. Like that, there was like a children's book that this guy made, and it sounds ridiculous because it is.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
But then some of what Disney's done hasn't been the greatest. But considering they're getting rid of all the trimming all the fat and just cancer, I like the new direction a lot more than the old stuff. I'll put it that
I
way.
think it's too much power for J.J. Abrams. He's like king of the nerds now.
If they get Joss Whedon on Star Wars or something.
Well, he's now on DC. Between Joss Whedon and J.J. Abrams, they've got the whole universe wrapped up.
What's the thing for JJ? It's like lens flare, isn't it? Michael
lens
Bay's
flare.
explosions, JJ's lens flare. Yeah.
Joss Whedon is good characters.
Oh, Joss Whedon is good characters.
He's just good at balancing everything.
Yeah, he's.
Anyway, Defenders.
and Star Wars Episode 8.
And so it's
Cool. It's a good time for
nerds.
to be a nerd.
I'm hanging out so much just for the next trailer. Even if it gives me nothing,
Yeah.
it'll keep me happy.
I'll try and catch up. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap up there, guys. And
Thank you for watching.
thank you for watching. That was the Giant Blue episode 4.
Woo!
We'll catch you later.
4?
4.
Ah, yeah, good. 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
See ya.